Bewls, let's not beat around the bush. You've had cybersecurity issues. You've had your Twitter account famously hacked by Tiga Tawari, but you haven't had any incidents since. What's happened?
No, I haven't, and that was I lost 10,000 plus followers that day when Tika Twari hacked into my Twitter account, but I don't have that problem anymore because I use NordVPN, and NordVPN has doubled down on keeping not just me but everybody safe with their new threat protection feature. Say goodbye to intrusive website ads and malware. Even if you download an infected file using NordVPN, the threat protection kicks in and deletes it before it even makes it onto your computer. So the cybersecurity in NordVPN is one of the highlights of this VPN. Not just to mention, you can see whatever sports you want from all around the world. You can watch your favorite anime. You don't have to go to Japan just to watch anime. You can do it from your home now using NordVPN. So I suggest to our listeners, we all need VPNs. We all use VPNs. Go to nordvpn.com/social distance. You'll get a huge discount off your NordVPN plan, plus 4 months free. And it's a completely risk-free as well, Jonesy. It's a 30-day money-back guarantee.
Well, I'll tell you, one bloke who needs it, GB, the amount of viruses he's been getting on his old lappy.
You know me, mate. I'm big on anime. So pretty stoked I don't have to keep flying to Japan for that.
Welcome back to the social...
Welcome back, all right?
At least you spent the first 20 minutes going...
We've never had a throat clearer.
Fucking gummy chews, and he chews it in your ear.
Yeah, but we've never had a throat clearer to get the ep underway. That
was a nose. Welcome back to the Social Distance Podcast. I know we've been a long time off the mic, Christmas holidays, but we got a lot of pressure from a lot of loyal listeners at Two Down Under this year to get our shit together, and we not even us could find an excuse to skip this one. So obviously, hot off the back of winning Two Down Under with Stevie Williams, George was out there on the road doing a bloody great job for him. I was putting up with Daryl Impey in the car, so we recap it all here. Enjoy it, like, share, subscribe.
First in situ.
It is. This is our first podcast. We've been in the same room. Yeah.
Well, me and Bewley tried that once in Barcelona. We killed the whole episode. It was shit. Remember that? Yeah. Anyway.
But didn't you have spectators? That sounded fucking
was
weird.
Bad.
Man, that sounds cringe. Fuck that.
Well, we did it out the front of a pub, and it just didn't even make sense in there. We hadn't planned anything. We thought, we can win this. Everything we say turns to gold. It was terrible. And even your mates that were there watching it live were like, I'm not sure you should run that. We didn't. We killed it.
No, we didn't.
Never saw the light of day. Yeah. Took my gear down to Barca and everything. It was a piece of shit. Anyway, enjoy.
All right.
Let's just run the intro and wing it like we always do and see what comes out of it.
Let's get ready to rumble! Front kick.
Just getting bored and dance move chat.
My radar's going pretty hard at the moment. I think we should.
Will you shut up, man? That escalated quickly.
We're going to need to get some more qualified guests on this show, eh?
Mate, we're just going through the Cadell Evans welcome pack,
Goodie bag.
Cadell Evans, Great Ocean Road, Ocean Road, good English, Good Ration Road.
Big night, boys. That's why I was clapping at the start.
Why? What have you heard?
Just a little birdie.
Anyway, I'm going through, and this is one of the welcome gifts.
What is it? Beer?
Easy Roller Hazy Pale Ale. Yeah.
Do you feel that races now?
There's only two things that would happen if I drank that. It would make me feel marginally better, or it would actually kill me.
Do you feel that races now need to do these little welcome packs just to win you over? Does it make a difference?
No, I'm good.
Hello. Is this mic working?
Yeah. Sorry, we're not listening to you. We can hear you.
You just not listen. I just asked you a question. I said, welcome packs. Do they make a difference for races? Does it incline to go, I'd want to race Cadell because I got this goodie bag and I had a can in it.
Yeah. No, it does make a difference. We got actually our team, the team at the training camp in December gave us all a little welcome pack. We got our hotel rooms, which was a really nice touch as well. This is very nice. And that was the momentum shift we needed to win Two Down Under.
people don't give a shit about welcome packs, let's be honest. They want to hear about Down Under, how'd you pull it off? This is like Rocky of modern day cycling. The modern day underdogs have come in, Australia's greatest race, and you've pinched it.
It's a world's
These
greatest.
two upstarts,
World's
the
greatest.
world's greatest race, yeah. And you pinched it. GB, new signing. Word is, he was the difference. Stevie Wonder.
The catalyst for
No one's
change.
talking about GB's ride. We know.
Yeah, thank fuck they're not.
Yeah. No,
Take us through. Take us through, Bills. Going into it, did you think that Stevie was a sniff, or what was
Yeah,
your
he was
plan
our
of attack?
sleeper. Stevie was our sleeper the whole time. And like the cool thing about it was that I don't know, like and you don't blame anyone, because when you look at the start list of Tour Down Under this year, of course everybody looks at Jayco because that they're not just because it's their home race, but they have a winning history at Tour Down Under. They've won it like 6 times or something. So
No, wait, mate, they won it way more than 6 times because. Oh no, sorry.
Gera won 4.
Yeah, Gera won 4.
You're
Gera
for
won
MP2.
So like they have a history of winning at this race as well. But then when you look at the start list of like their team, like on paper that was the strongest team in the race. It was stacked with Yatesy, Caleb, Plappy, who was flying. Then you look at other teams as well, and you see like, oh, there's quite a handful of guys here that can win this race. So other teams, I don't think necessarily would have looked at us and been like, oh fuck, they're in with a real shot here. I think they would have looked at the team and been like, shit, that's a solid team, but we could kind of fly under the radar a little bit, and like the way Down Under has been won so many times is like we know, like the time bonuses. So we had Corbin for that. Corbin was our leader, but we still had Stevie as a sleeper. And like the cool thing was that like the very first stage 1, the first intermediate sprint was after 25k. And the boys are just like, fuck, let's just commit. We're committing to it. Well, let's just keep the race together for the first 25k Tour Down Under and go for these bonus seconds. So then straight away, it's like we showed that hand, we showed that card. But what that did was like, firstly,
piss
we was
people
like,
off.
well, no, yeah.
it was just a red herring. It was funny because like we don't know. Oh, maybe people don't know what happened to Corbin. I don't think people know really.
Yeah, maybe not now, but like it was like, or maybe they do now, but like firstly, like it showed a card that we actually are backing Corbin, and we know we need bonus seconds, so we can't keep that a secret. We have to chase it. But what it also did was it made all the other teams think, oh, that's their strategy for this week. It's Corbin.
Yeah.
It's bonus seconds.
Yeah. I like it. I like it.
But it was. But then
So what we
Corbin
double
got
bluffed
sick.
ourselves.
Yeah.
So we were like, that's our strategy, and it was our strategy, and it was a great bluff because it wasn't our strategy.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
You're the most dangerous people to play at a poker table, is the ones that have no
It
strategy.
was like a one-man chess match.
So it turns out we didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
Yeah.
We fucking just winged it, man. And Stevie was real good.
Stevie was real good, and we did fuck all.
So how were you the night before? Because this is the other good thing about Down Under. It's always down to the wire on the last day.
Yeah.
Now that
What happened? Like what George said, like Corbin got sick, quite sick. And where we did a good job, the whole team was we did keep that quiet, that did stay quiet. And then it just actually confused teams. Teams were like, why the fuck are they not going for these bonus seconds?
How was the end of that stage? So we finished like stage, what was it? Stage 2.
Stage 2, yeah.
Stage 2, and we were it was a key stage. Bewls have been like fucking talking to me about stage 2 since like 6 months ago. He's like, oh bro, you seen stage 2? Yep. We'll worry about that then. And he's big circle around it. Wake up that morning, any given Thursday speech, everything about it.
I don't know what to say, really.
Yeah. No, any given
Love it.
Thursday.
Any given Sunday.
Thursday
Any given
night lights.
Sunday.
Thursday night lights. I'm confused too.
I thought you were saying that because the stage 2 was on a Thursday.
No, I actually know what any given Thursday is. That's a John Mayer album.
Ah, right.
Anyway, so Corbin wakes up. He comes out of breakfast, and like he's normally a pretty chatty bloke. He's sitting there, and he just looks up at me. He's eating like this little plate of rice, and he's just like, "Mate, I'm fucked." So, good start.
And I'm like, "Nah, you'll be right, mate. You're right."
And no one really said anything. And then like 5 minutes before the stage start, I pulled Sam aside and I was like, "Oh, mate, just a heads up. not
I
sure
rat
how
on my teammate here, but
yeah, not sure how on Corbin is. Just and he's like, oh, really? So yeah, I don't know. We'll just see how that plays out. Anyway, in the stage, he's feeling shit house, and he's like, for some reason, decides we're not going to tell Sam and Daryl that he's not good.
oh, yeah, perfect.
And anyway,
He would have panicked. He would have made some, overreactions.
no, it wasn't. He wanted to. He wanted to, but it didn't get back to the car. And then we were coming into the final, really hard hill, like it was a headwind, and he didn't get dropped. And then we do this big pull as a team, everyone together, trying to hold it together, come down to the finish. And Del Toro, like, unreal. Probably nothing we could do against him. He did an unreal job, won the stage. Stevie did this hell of a lead out, run second and third. And I cross the line with Corbin. And we just go around, we like literally grab the bottles, go around the corner from the Swannies, just off the main drag. And he's like, oh, nah, mate, something's wrong. And he does this little cat spew. And I was like, oh, mate, maybe he is crook. And then the next, 2 minutes, he's just chundering.
It's like this scene out of what's the
scary movie?
No, what's the
Team America?
Cartoon? Team America.
Yeah. And we're like
non-stop.
Like standing over him because we didn't want anyone to see. And then I'm on the radio. I'm like, hey, could you guys, Sam, Daryl, could someone please send a doctor to the finish? Thanks. I was like,
it was literally as soon as he crossed the line. We got
out of the way. We got out of the way of the main site. So no one could actually see us. All people could see was by the time people got to us, it was just a sea of vom, which people didn't really know what it was. And then Corbin just sitting on the ground, shaking a little bit. Oh. And a bunch of us standing over him looking concerned.
But then when he got sick, it was a bit of a holding pattern for a day or two because you don't know if he's going to get better. Is it going to be in and out of the system and he's going to be okay come the weekend, or is he not? So it's a bit of a holding pattern. But the problem with the holding pattern is he wasn't well enough, so we couldn't chase the bonus seconds. So then we had these 2 days where we were hoping that Corbin would come right for the weekend, but at the same time we were having to give away bonus seconds because we couldn't contest him because he wasn't feeling well. So that was what happened. So what all the teams were thinking, well, what the fuck is going on here?
One bloke in the elevator.
Saving bullets by not chasing it down.
Yeah,
those 2 days.
One of the favourites came to us and was like, why didn't you guys chase bonus seconds today? Because you ain't going to fucking win without them.
Yeah.
When I heard this, I was like, oh, it lit a fucking fire.
And all the boys were like, oh, we're not.
It lit a fucking fire.
Was that in the elevator with all the team?
Yeah, with all the boys. Ain't going to fucking win without them.
And then, but then we had Stevie. So in the meantime, we waited a day, but then I spoke to Stevie and I said, look, mate, this is the situation. We're going to have to start thinking about pivoting the tactics, the strategy towards you now. And then when we got to Willunga, Corbin still wasn't feeling well, so he had to stop the race because obviously, it was just not the right thing for him to do to keep racing. And you're thinking about the races coming up and stuff like that. So all of a sudden, it's halfway through the Willunga stage, and it's Corbin strong DNF, and I could just see the team's fucking heads exploding.
What are they doing now? How long has this been going on for?
But then, we got to the climb, and that was where the depth of our team started to show, and also the fact that George has raced up Willunga a million times. Daryl's won the Tour Down Under by riding Willunga smart. There was so much collective intelligence in the group about how to ride Willunga that we just were this is how we're going to do it.
People get too excited at the base of Willunga.
Yeah,
happens every year.
You just got to wait, be patient. Use your teammate, use George, use Schultze, and then he got second in the stage, and that was all right. There's our second car, guys. He's our man,
Yeah.
But then you got yesterday was the stage. It's you're in the leader's jersey, and it's always better to be in front than coming from behind. But typical Down Under, everything was so close that pretty much whoever won the stage was going to win the overall. So tactically, we just had to be real calm, real cool. Just think about the process. For the first 126K stage, for the first 100K of the race, we're defending the leader's jersey. That's what we think. That's what our mindset is. We're defending the leader's jersey. And then the final 25K of the race, the last lap was now our mindset is we're trying to win the stage. We're not defending a jersey anymore. Pretend you're in, doesn't matter what color your jersey is. We're just trying to win the stage now. So you had to approach it like with two different mindsets. And ultimately, it was always going to be about winning the stage. But if you use those two mindsets and during the race and the portions of the race in the right place, then you can do things a lot better. And but at the end of the day, man, like the strategy is like a piece of paper. It's like you can lead a horse to water, but like the fucking thing's got to drink itself, you know.
But why is it like a piece of paper?
Well, it's because it's like
I've never heard that comparison.
Life's like a basket of muffins.
You need to write a book of Bewls.
Life's like a basket of muffins. You can.
Okay, it was a bad analogy. It was a bad analogy.
The social distance Bewlism, like a calendar. You can just rip them off every day.
Yeah,
Strategy is like a piece of paper.
It's not a piece of paper.
Okay, Gandhi. You know.
How could you not want to ride for Sam Bewley with those sort of nuggets?
Fuck you guys.
Shit, I'm dealing with in the radio. It's like, okay, guys.
Do you know what put me off is when you put the big screen on my fucking face.
Well, that's because Georgette's here and she wanted something to eat.
Oh.
So, you talk amongst yourselves. Hang on.
What I was saying is, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So you can have a plan, you can have a strategy, but at the end of the day, the boys over on the road are the ones that have to ride.
And Jones.
Hang on, give me two minutes. We'll pause it from there. Hang on. What do you want to eat? You can't have tiny teddies for dinner.
Tiny teas.
She wants like tiny teddies for dinner. Tiny teddies
like
with the little biscuits.
They are elite.
Yeah, these kids are addicted. Georgette, why don't you eat that sausage? Eat that sausage. You don't like it? Well, then, hang on. What about these chicken wings?
You don't like
these? These are the same as yesterday. Chicken legs. There you go. Get into those. There you go. All right. She's awake. All right. Go for it, boys.
Man, I can murder a bag of tiny teddies.
Yeah. We just come back from our break there, guys.
Yeah. Oi,
listen to the podcast brought to you by Tiny Teddies.
One thing I want to ask you is we've talked about it all last year, Bewleys, like the new DS on the block, other DSs trying to bully you into moves and all this sort of stuff. How'd you go on the last day when you got the leaders jersey? Surely they were looking for you guys to be on the front foot. You played the card on that piece of paper of yours where you were ghosting for a couple of days, didn't know what was going on, but once you got the jersey, they're all looking at you going, come on, Sam. What are you doing? What'd you do?
There was two parts of the process, and the first part was how many pies I ate at the start. So I actually had 2 pies on the start line.
What sort of pies?
I had a steak and cheese, and then I actually ordered. I only wanted 1 pie, but I was concerned that the people I asked to get me the pie weren't going to be able to get me the pie, so I asked 2 people to get me a pie, and they both pulled it off. So I ended up with 2 pies. So I was on the start line about 30 minutes before
double fisting pies,
just eating pies, and then Daryl's number 1 Adelaide supporter, Harry, who supported Daryl since he was a little kid. He's always given Daryl like baked goods and stuff at the tour every year. So the second part of the process was stopping with 1 lap to go at the bottom of Mount Lofty and getting a tray of sausages and bread.
Is that when you said, "Oh, I'm stopping for a piss"?
No, we actually stopped for a piss then. We stopped really quickly. So I was just like a bit with the radio and also eating a sausage with tomato sauce. So that was the second part of the process.
Do you know what reminded me? I just thought of a bike race is just a bunch of grown men telling each other when they're taking pisses. It's like, so the first couple of days, like the leaders, because they're inexperienced, wouldn't be like, "Oh, boys, I'm stopping for a piss now." So Sam's like, "Guys, you've got to tell us. You got to say when you're stopping for a piss." So because those 2 can't piss off the bike. Like I can piss off the bike, no worries, all good. But they couldn't, so then they'd have to say on the radio, and then someone would have to stop with them and bring them back. And then you would also have to tell us when you're pissing.
Yeah.
So that in case something went wrong.
Yeah. Because you only get 1 car, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like there's one. This is actually quite a funny blooper that I can probably make public now that we've won the race. It was a real fuck up, and it made me start stressing a bit. So it was on stage 4, so it was a bunch sprint. Nothing was happening. It was all good. But there was a small chance of crosswinds and these little bits, little intricacies of the stage. So when we got to the feed zone, I'd ordered some pies. So these pies are going to be the death of me. But I'd ordered some pies. So Phoebe had some pies, our communications lady. She had a bag of pies for me, Daryl, and the mechanic in the feed zone. So normally every car stops in the feed zone anyway to grab the musette bags that the riders haven't taken. It's a 5-second or 2-second pit stop, So we get to the feed zone. I go, there's Phoebe. We've got to stop for the pies. But Daryl, first time in the car, so no issue. He stopped on the left and Phoebe was on the right-hand side of the road. But then Phoebe can't get across because there's 80 fucking cars coming through. So then
Daryl,
we can't get the pies, man. We've got to go. And he's like, oh, we'll just wait. And then Yarrick, the mechanic's like, I'll get out and go and grab him. So he gets out of the car, but then he gets stuck on this as well. So next thing you know, we're fucking 500 meters or a K behind the bunch trying to get these pies. And I was like, Daryl, we've fucking got to go. Leave the pies. We've got to go. And then we went to go. And
Daryl must have been hungry. He's pretty committed to the pies.
The time Yarrick got back in the car, he had the pies. So we got back to the bunch. And it was Schultz had said something on the radio. And he was actually just asking the guys if they wanted anything out of his musette bag. But I thought he was asking us for something. I was like, just hold on a moment, Schultz. We've just been stuck behind. We'll be there in a minute. I was like, fucking go, Daryl. We should have fucking stopped.
That would have caused.
It was the only time I got a little bit stressed the whole tour.
Yeah. But on the final day though, there would have been you would have felt surely pressure going into the last day, or were you just like, you know what, we lose it, fuck it?
Pretty much, yeah. Like at the end of the day, it was like, if someone else wins the stage and wins the tour, then we're not going to win it. But like I was nervous. I was nervous when we got to the finish on the last climb. I was nervous because I was like, now it's make or break. Like we either win or we don't win, And I was not nervous really about it so much because I had no concerns. I had no concerns about just pause that for now while I'm talking.
Sorry, mate.
Trying to tell my story. You keep fucking my momentum. That's why I get lost. I had no concerns because I knew Stevie was good enough. It was just the nerves just came from maths, like a time bonus here or a stage place there. Or it was just that stuff that was gonna fuck us. It wasn't going to be about him getting dropped. He was never going to get dropped. It was just going to be that. So that was the only thing I was nervous about. But you got no control over that. And at the start, I don't think any of us were really nervous because
it's nothing I haven't done exactly. I did exactly the same thing last year on the exact same stage.
But I think also what calmed the nerves a little bit for everyone was the strategy was like I said to the guys, I don't give a fuck who's in the breakaway. I couldn't care less if there's a guy in the breakaway at 30 seconds on GC. I don't fucking care.
That made me more stressed when you said that.
Because I was like, I don't as long as the breakaway is not big, I don't care who's in it. So just let them go crazy.
I like that though. You said that, and then after 4K, Simon Yates was in the breakaway, and I'm like, oh boys, Yates is going, and then it's like, oh. No, I should probably close that.
Yeah, actually, I do care now.
I still don't give a fuck who's in the breakaway.
Anyone but Yatesy.
I didn't mean Simon Yates.
I meant I didn't want anyone in there who could get a time bonus up the road at kilometre 55 and jump us in the GC. I was like, okay, that's not good. But a guy that's at 34 or 40 seconds, and I don't care, because we'll just catch him before the finish. And there was so many teams that wanted to win the stage that had to win the stage more than we did to try to win the tour, and they were never going to let that happen. So I wasn't really worried about who was in the break as long as the break wasn't big. So that was a little bit of an easier thing to wrap your head around rather than be like, you can't let Harper go, you can't let Del Toro go, you can't let Fisher go, you can't. Then you're just fucking panicking the whole time.
Do you find, GB, that the modern day sports director has to balance up not filling your head with too much shit? Because back in the day, there'd almost be too much scenario, and you'd hit the start line, your head was about to pop off.
Yeah, I think it was quite good though, is we had me, Clarkey, and Schultz all defended lots of jerseys, and it was also an element of trust. So you go, boys, know what you're doing. It was, we had a clear plan. We had guidelines, but we all went out there going, well, fuck, I've defended more race leaders jerseys than, after riding for Primoz, Tadej, Jonas, whatever, you know exactly what you're doing. And it's up to, you know what the scariest thing was is because it's quite logistic, quite niggly, like this quite scrappy, and it's a hard circuit, and it's like everyone's like the amount of guys that were trying to ride my bike in the final, you know, they'd just be sitting on your handlebars, smashing around, and you're like, fuck, it's just so hectic. And then I had to worry about like where Stevie is, and then there was a crash at like maybe took Finn out in that crash, Dion, Finn.
Oh yeah.
Like maybe 4K to go, 5K to go.
Yeah.
And that was the thing that was like stressing me.
And it was right at the front.
Right at the front too.
Yeah.
And I was like, because we were on the radio, we're like, Stevie, and just silence for like 30 seconds. And everyone was looking at each other like, oh, fuck. And he just said like the seas just parted in front of him. One guy crashed that way, one guy crashed that way, and he just went
up the guts.
But man, like it's what George was saying about that as well. Like those guys being so experienced, it actually was a massive part in, for at least from my side in the car, like not being nervous because I had no concerns about anything physical, any physical effort we needed to make, or any or Stevie's capabilities to get up the last climb. That stuff didn't concern me at all. So I was only concerned by what happened at the finish line, who crossed the finish line first and second and third. That was the only thing that was going to fuck us, like I said. So I wasn't nervous about anything like that. And that's why I wasn't nervous about who was in the breakaway, because I knew, okay, even if the shit hit the fan, worst case scenario, and we had to commit 5 guys to chasing, we would have fixed the problem, you know? So although I didn't want it to happen, I knew that we had the ammo to fix any situation we needed to. And then the other thing, like what George was just saying then about those guys, was like when I knew that we had Clarkey and I knew that we had George on the road with the guys, made me relaxed because I know that they know what's happening. They've got race heads. They've been in these situations before. So I have faith that like they're always going to stay calm. They're not going to get nervous, and they can read a race. They can see a situation in front of them, and then they'll relay information if they need to, or they'll bring up concerns if they need to. So it wasn't like you had a group of guys like that were all in their first ever professional race who didn't have that experience. You know, that would have made me nervous. But when you have guys with experience, it's different.
The night before, were you, just as your head's hit the pillow, were you thinking of like some of the all-time great motivational speeches and just leaving the boys with that little nugget going into the final day with the leader's jersey, just to give them that last 0.5%?
No, I literally spent when I got into bed, I lay there for about 45 minutes, basically running like every single possible scenario of what could happen for us to lose the jersey based on stage finishes.
Yeah. And
then I was like, but I needed to know that stuff. But these guys didn't really need to know it. They knew that, like, okay, that could happen, but they didn't need to know every single permutation. But like me and Daryl did need to know it. So that was what I was thinking. But there was a bit of talk about any given Sunday speech coming on in the meeting, but
no, it was a good speech. It was a rousing speech.
Just try to be like mix motivating and firing them up.
Here's the thing about like cycling speeches, though.
Give me the best of it, George. Give me the best of it. It's a rousing speech. Give the listeners something.
Yeah. Because if you go out of it's not like doing a haka before a rugby game or going out of that, going out for a footy game. Everyone's in a huddle, like
we're
gonna
let's punch their heads in.
Yeah, we're gonna cut the
physical
guy in half off the kickoff, and because you go out there like. If you go out there like full mongrel, or in the meeting, and this time normally we had the meeting the night before the stage, but they had it in the morning of. And if you go but it was like 9 o'clock at the hotel. Race started at 11, and then the hard bit of the race isn't for another 3 or 4 hours. Yeah. So you go out there fired up. You're like, oh, and then you roll out of Unley, and then you're like.
Yeah, and then the bunch blocks the road and everyone stops.
Yeah, and you're just cock in hand for 2 hours. Like, what are we doing here?
And but Bewley, were you planning to save that on the road? Because remember that famous footage from the race last year was at the Vuelta when you gave that one in the break.
Oh, Giro.
That was Giro.
Exactly. That's what I mean. So you need it. You can't do too rousing of a speech on a bike race, because if you leave the bus fired up, it's not sustainable. You can't be fired up in the final. You can't be. And also like. You've actually being fired up's good for like bunchies and stuff like that. But there's also like you've got to be like I've been guilty in the past of being too fired up, too much. What's the French word?
Je ne sais quoi.
No.
That's the only
Mushroom?
French.
Goose
No.
of the gander.
What do they say? When you've got a little bit of
Duck off the water's back.
yeah, that. When you've got duck off the water's back.
A little bit of jus de pomme.
Jus de pomme.
Oh God, what is that fucking word? Like, it's like
Bhutan.
you just got cancelled in France.
Sorry, French listeners. But the key thing with the meeting or the pre-race chat, like, at least from my side, at least how I viewed it, was the number one thing was just keeping Stevie calm and relaxed.
Yeah.
Like,
Is he a nervous cat normally?
he was nervous. Of course, he was nervous. So it's like I don't want him to get nervous, and that's why I didn't want to talk about all the possible permutations of what could or couldn't happen. I didn't want to. I wanted just to like be like, guys, it's stage 6. It's the same as stage 5. It's just stay. We just needed to stay calm because I didn't want him shitting himself before the start or like going like, fuck, man, now I've got to be like, if I'm 6th and this guy's 4th, I lose. If I'm 12th and this guy's a 9th, I lose, and fucking all that shit. You know, it's like just stay calm. You know, that was the main part of it. That was what we had to do. And,
well, then once he crossed the line, you obviously couldn't hear it. Now, can I play? You still think of the word? Can we play this video now? This is from their social accounts.
But yeah,
I love it how Daryl's like edgy, and he's the guy that when he's edgy just talks.
Oh, when he's not edgy.
Well, that was good.
That's good.
Did we win?
They're waiting. Radio.
Did we win, boys? What fucking happened? Tell us. Yes! Fuck yes!
You like them? Yeah.
I love it.
One down under. Yes!
Oh, it's awesome.
Fuck yes!
Oh yes!
I love how
Who are you texting? The staff group just like we won because like Andy and Paolo and Jerome weren't at the race.
Oh.
They probably knew.
I love how Israel didn't bleep it.
Yes! Fuck yes!
But that was so tense that moment because it was like with basically with 1K to go or something like that, it was just like, okay, now there's nothing more you can say. Like Stevie's gone away with these 3 guys. We've already talked through how to do the sprint, how to do the final. There's nothing more for me to say. It's just like you just sit there and fucking cross your fingers and hope for the best at that point. And then they crossed the line. And then normally the radio tour would be like, congratulations to stage winner or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was like minutes just of nothing other than the one thing of Schulte going, woo! And I'm like, what does that mean? Because then I switched back to all the fucking permutations of like, you know, so that Stevie might have finished 2nd and then Schulte or who has assumed that's enough, but maybe it wasn't enough, or you know, like so there was. I was like, I don't want to tick the box yet until I fucking know that we want to cross the finish line first, you know. So I was like, and then we still didn't have the information. The boys are yelling. I'm like, can you just fucking tell me what happened?
1 brother.
This is Daryl's. Like,
Fucking one down under.
Buddy.
Fucking hell!
this is when the reality kicks in.
Down here. Fuck! Yes!
It's Mum and Hannah.
That's it.
Fucking hell, man.
Jeez, a bit more emotional, Stevie. Come on, mate.
Stevie, you're a fucking legend, mate. Great job by all of you boys. That's what fucking happens when you're a team. Awesome, boys.
It's brilliant.
All the way to the end down there, I guess, no?
Yeah, I was pretty G, eh?
All we needed was a bit of gladiator music underneath it, and then you've got a recreation of Paraboo Bay.
No,
so what was the reaction? Everyone wants to know what happened after the finish. Big celebrations. That's the timing when you can give them the recap any given Sunday speech. Hey, GB.
Yeah.
What was the post-race speech just as good?
Trying to find that word.
People at home are screaming it too. Like, you fucking idiot.
Yeah. If anyone whoever's listening to the show and they know that French word that
I've already figured it out by now.
Yeah.
What is it? French
By the
for
time
French
you
for
tell me,
what?
I've figured it out.
I'll find it.
I mean, you've got like that
Charisma?
No.
It's the X Factor.
Yeah, but you no, like they always said that Tommy Vockler had
panache.
Panache. Fucking panache.
Panache. They love that word, panache.
Yeah.
But you just had to say Tommy Vookler, mate. We could have saved you bloody 5 minutes. The post-race speech, Bewls, that's when the steam's out. You've got the stage. You've got everyone looking at you. You've got a champagne in your hand. Did we get one?
True.
You didn't get one.
Well, Stevie didn't say one.
He would have said, thanks, guys.
Yeah, it was good.
And would have a little wave.
No, he would have said days.
Days, man.
Sound. That was sound, boys. That was sound.
Yeah, what you're saying.
He's the man.
He would have said, saying, boys.
It's just a chill cat.
Yeah.
They're the ones that you want to win. You always want to win, but
my post-race speech was probably about 15 seconds long.
Yeah.
When just before we went for dinner, we all had a beer downstairs together with the staff and everything, and I just said, "Good job." It was real short. It was like everybody knew, everybody was feeling the same way, and it was just like time to have a few cold ones. I was actually like, I'm real surprised with myself that I actually went home at like 12:30 last night.
Right.
And didn't go out till like 5 a.m.
I walked into the lobby. I did the last night. I tell you what, I felt my age. So I went out for a nice dinner. It was great. And then because you put the boy, you got to go right. I've got to be part of the. We just went down under. You got to make sure we go out with the boys but no one was launching. We got a race on Thursday and Saturday and Sunday. But there was an after party planned, and I walked in there, and I went. Can't do it.
Don't need this
Can't
anymore.
do it. And I've got horrific memories from traumatizing events from the.
No, that you didn't win.
Oh, you got punched once, eh?
I got my nose broken. No, I got headbutted. Someone broke my nose.
So you've walked in there all these flashbacks. Bewley's the night before worrying about all these scenarios to lose a race. You're getting.
I'm just sitting there going, "Is that Belarusian bloke coming back? Yeah. Is he going to fucking headbutt me? Am I going to?" Yeah. I had this experience there. I won't go to full story, but basically, I remember waking up on a plane on the way home from down under, and flying back to New Zealand and just spending the next 4 weeks before I went back to Europe, being pretty positive that I was fired, that I was going to be fired.
Not a good feeling, is it?
But that was 15 years ago. That was 14. No, it was 2013. It was 11 years ago. Good maths. Speaking of age, this quite cool. There's so many people came up to me and to put it under, mainly New Zealanders or social distance podcast fans, whatever. But one thing that was quite cool was this dad came up to me with his son and he goes, "Do you remember this?" And he showed me this photo, and I was like, "Nah." And it was me and him and his newborn baby.
Oh yeah.
And then the newborn baby was now an 11-year-old kid on a bike.
Oh shit.
And
That's when you start going, wow.
And I went, oh fuck.
But those 11, you think those 11 years, 2012, that's gone so quick.
Yeah.
Flown. Or started 2013. That's flown.
Yeah.
It's like a memory.
It's fun.
But those sort of things are what make Down Under so cool, I reckon. It's because Down Under is a massive race, but it's the only race on this side of the world that's kind of like it.
Yeah.
And so it engages the Australian cycling community, or just community in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Kiwi community, because it's close to home and you can watch it in the afternoon rather than at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
And so they all get right behind it. And I said this to Stevie yesterday when I was driving back from the finish with him. I said, winning in Down Under is special because if you win in Europe, you're just, as much as we want to win in Europe, it's a different thing. It's you're just a guy who won it that year, and then next year another guy wins.
And you go to you pack your suitcase and go to the airport that night, and then you go home, and then at 10 p.m. at night you're sitting in your lounge going, racing again. Yeah.
But Down Under's there's a party afterwards, of course. But if you win Down Under, you'll always have a place in the Tour Down Under's heart because
Your names are on the
your
steps.
names are on the steps. Like next year you come back and you're the big poster on the Hilton.
One year, remember they put Cam Meyer when he won it on like a 20-story building. They put like a massive photo of him with the trophy.
Yeah,
that was taking the piss a bit. I reckon steps just enough.
Like whenever Stevie comes back, he'll always be accepted by the race and by Adelaide. Like it's real special, I reckon, for that.
Did that speech get told by Daryl about the importance of winning it and how you're a legend in Adelaide and all that, given he'd won it twice?
No, I said it to Stevie, but Daryl was there with me, and
Daryl would have been.
And having Daryl was fucking awesome. Like his experience, especially like again about Willunga stage, like how you ride Willunga is so important, and like he knows it the best because he was always a guy who was trying to win the tour, but not necessarily could win on Willunga. He had to defend against Richie Port, who was like the king of it, as we know. So like that knowledge that he was able to give, like he was like, oh, should we go and talk to Stevie and George and stuff about the climb? I was like, mate, you go and talk to them. Like you fucking know it. You're the man here for the stage,
Yeah,
it's like, it was so good. Yeah,
mate, I can't wait for the rest of the season now. Like the other faller is once you win down under, the snowball effect of confidence. Remember 2012, first year of Green Edge, massive underdogs. Garrow wins by countback, and then he goes and wins Milan San Remo.
Yeah,
odds are 60-1. Like who knows? Like it sets a bar where you go, fuck, we can do it. As you saw in that first stage, like first sprint, intermediate sprint, we've arrived.
Yeah, no, it's pretty sweet.
We're gonna go to dinner soon.
All right.
You give me the other.
I like when the motivation goes real high. You feel like, it's a really good app. We got to go to dinner soon.
The good thing about the best thing about our show is like we never set a timer. We never say like, hey, it needs to be a 45-minute show or an hour show. You just go to George's limit, and that's enough.
39 minutes flat is George's limit.
Yeah,
39 minutes.
We have to give a special shout out to all the listeners that came up to us at the race.
Unreal.
All of the people there was a lot of merch hats out there.
All the people that called me a shit bloke.
Yeah, a lot of shit rider
That's awesome.
T-shirts. Like the amount of T-shirts and hats we saw, like was fucking awesome. And there's still a few.
I reckon I would have talked to like at least, almost well over like close to 200 people.
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
Even today at the airport, we're just about to board the plane, and this dude walks over with the social distance podcast hat on and asked for a photo. I was like, fucking legend.
We need to be awesome. We need to be cashing it all because that run of merch sold out straight away, and we were all.
All right, we're going again. We're talking to the guys this week. We're getting another run done.
Yeah, all right.
Winners are Green.
Should we do a Tour Down Under edition one?
Why not? Talk to Daryl. Don't worry about talking to Daryl about Willunga. Talk to him about selling fucking hats. He's the man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so good luck. So Cadell's, you're on a roll now. You might as well win that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We got this race on Thursday now, which is actually good. It's a new race called Surf Coast Classic. It's from Lawn to Torquay. It's quite a cool little race that fills in the week, and try a crack there, and try a crack on Sunday in Cadell's.
I'll see you in the flesh tomorrow, lads.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Do you hit the virtual driving range?
Yeah, there's one of those.
There's one just down the road, isn't there?
Yeah, we can go over here.
Yeah.
Do something. World's our oyster, boys. 2024. Yeah. Hashtag.
Long's our oyster.
That's it. Let's do it. Like, share, subscribe. Get ready for a new merch drop.
Yeah. So we're obviously sorry for the delay in doing a podcast. We always have a Christmas break, but even we couldn't really find an excuse to skip this one. Yeah. We tried, but
I did have a 2-hour nap. I just basically put myself back on Greenwich Mean Time I'm getting into bed at 4 p.m. just now, waking up at 6:15, going like, oh fuck, got 10 minutes till I got to go and talk to you guys.
And you gave us your best 39 minutes, mate. That's all we can ask.
Oh, that's all I got to do.
That's all we can ask. You've done what you needed to do.
And
we'll do another one recapping when you win Cadell's. And
that's not a promise.
Yeah. And if we don't win Cadell's, we'll be back in January. We'll see you then.
Yeah.
Right, lads.